Good morning, welcome to Headline Focus, here live on Core Politics with me, Rob Double. It is the start of the week, Monday the 4th of December 2017. Let's crack on with what's making the news today. So to start off with, in the Daily Mail, as you can see, £12 million of foreign aid, UK foreign aid, to Syria has been halted. Now this is after fears that some of that money has gone to jihadists and jihadist groups. And obviously very serious if true. UK therefore would be effectively directly funding jihadist groups in Syria. The Adam Smith International, which is the UK company running the funds, has vehemently denied these reports, I should say. But it's coming out in BBC's Panorama programme this evening, so have a look at that if you're particularly interested. Next up in the Telegraph, Bitcoin crackdown. Now, the UK is to begin regulation of virtual currency Bitcoin after concerns it's being used to launder money and dodge tax by some, in particular criminals and organised crime. Now, these are Treasury plans which have been disclosed, and they're going to force traders in cryptocurrencies to disclose their identities and to report suspicious activities. Now, these new rules will be applied across the European Union and expected to come into force at the end of 2017, but if not that, early 2018. So pretty short timescale in terms of when that's going to come into plan. Let's have a look in focus though at the main story today, which is to do with poverty. Now, 1 in 5 people are now struggling to make ends meet. Now, this is according to a report by the Joseph Rowntree Foundation, which is also saying that 400,000 UK children and 300,000 pensioners have been pushed into poverty since 2013. It's the first sustained rise in poverty figures for 20 years. Now, The Guardian, as you can see, we've also got up here, says it represents a stark analysis laying bare the challenge to families trying to keep up with the cost of living. Now, austerity and the spiralling housing costs are two main reported causes of these rising poverty figures. However, in context as well, this is not good for the government, as all 4 members of the board of the government's Social Mobility Commission stood down this weekend over fears or claims that the government was not doing enough to tackle social mobility because they were too distracted by the Brexit negotiations. However, the government's hit back, saying that it's spending over £90 billion a year on support for people who are struggling to make ends meet. And also, a different measure of poverty, they say, shows that the numbers in difficulty, the numbers in absolute poverty, is actually down 500,000 since 2010. So a difference of opinion over figures, but a very interesting report nonetheless. It's being trailed a lot in the UK press this morning. One more story then coming from the Times newspaper. Now again, of course, Brexit to start the week. How can you not? They're quoting a senior Brussels official which is saying that the UK and the EU are 90% towards a deal that would open transitional and trade talks, the second stage of the Brexit negotiations. So it's a momentous day for May. Apparently she's obviously on her way to Brussels to have lunch with Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker to chat through all the issues and hopefully give over some promises, give over some assurances, which will hopefully mean sufficient progress has been made, and therefore the government hopes they can move on to talking about trade and trade relations after Brexit with the EU. Not that simple, though. Some reports coming through this morning that there is unlikely that it's going to be this breakthrough today, but perhaps in the near future, certainly before the European Council meets in December, later on this month, I should say, we're going to have enough progress on these talks to really get on to talking about the future relationship. That's pretty much it for today. You're up to date. Don't forget you can find all the latest on what we're doing here on Core Politics on our Facebook page and on Twitter right here. But from me, Rob Double, and all the team here at Core London, have a fantastic start to your week.